Okay, in other news, now we have new Airbnb provincial legislation. For those of us in Vancouver, we're familiar. We've already had very similar rules in Vancouver. It has to be your principal home. You actually have to get a business license. You have to qualify. It's actually not that easy to get a license. I know people who have been turned down, so it's not as easy as you think. There's going to be a provincial registry, and there's going to be a lot of data sharing between the municipalities and the government to make sure that we get rid of those bad apples. It's imposed on communities that have a population of greater than 10,000, and then any of those smaller communities can opt in or come up with their own bylaws. One thing I thought was very interesting, it said any communities that have over 3% vacancy could also opt out of this regulation. So how many homes is it going to bring back to the market? Not quite sure, because I don't think every Airbnb operator out there is a bad apple. Lots of people use it to supplement the cost of their home. And for example, in the city of Vancouver, there's about 4,300 Airbnbs. Let's just say the benefit of the doubt, over 90% or 90% of those operators are legitimate and using Airbnb because they travel. Maybe you go on a world vacation, maybe you travel for business all the time. Maybe you have the opportunity to just rent out your home on the weekend so you can help, offset your rising costs. We also have a massive tourism and a shortage of hotel rooms, so that's what helps our economy going. So without it is a little bit of a challenge. But anyhow, the point is like, let's pretend we only get 10% of 4,300, that's 430 homes. That's not a massive impact. Actually, what's probably more interesting is in 1996, we had about 56,192 rental purpose-built homes, 56,192. And while this is old, in 2016, we only had 57,343 homes. Just one more thousand. So between October 2016, 57,000 rentals, purpose-built rentals, with 1996, 56,000 purpose-built rentals. And in the meantime, we've had massive immigration with hundreds of thousands of people coming to the city. So you can see that this is a very long-term systemic issue, and a few hundred or even thousand homes, while they definitely will help, and I applaud the government for doing so, I'm not sure it's going to make the big impact that everybody is going to cheer about. I mean, obviously it helps to get rid of the bad apples, and we definitely need housing stock, but let's talk about creating tens of thousands of rental homes. And while the province is actually trying to do that, the economics right now are actually making it quite challenging. In fact, there's like 3 projects that are right now, like one on Davie and Burrard, that are asking for an extension because the economics don't work right now. So while we can be mandated into making homes, we also have to make it make sense. So it's a complex situation. Anyways, if you want to learn more about this current Airbnb situation, because obviously anybody with short-term rentals, even in the Okanagan, are going to be impacted, or just want to have a conversation about real estate in general, I'd love to hear from you.